A perfectly put-together outfit, carefully styled hair, light and refined makeup, yet you still feel that something's off. Have you ever walked into a room with all your elegance, but the gaze of others doesn't linger on you? Instead, it stops at the bag you're carrying. A handbag can be the highlight that elevates your entire style, or it can quietly and cruelly ruin your whole look. For women over 50, when you no longer chase trends but seek elegance, confidence, and poise, every small choice reflects so much about who you are. A mismatched bag doesn't just throw off your outfit's harmony, it also dims the experience, grace, and class you have built over the years. What's most heartbreaking is that many women don't even realize this. They unconsciously carry outdated bags, worn or torn ones, or bags with colors and shapes that neither flatter nor suit their current lifestyle. Behind each mistaken bag is a whisper, "I no longer pay attention to myself." And that is the saddest part. If you've ever felt like you've lost a bit of your former glow, or simply want to refine your appearance to feel more radiant and true to yourself, today's video is made just for you. Stay until the very end, because the finale will reveal a secret that most women never hear, but could completely transform how you choose bags in the future. Now, let's discover together 13 types of bags that every elegant woman should steer clear of. Type 8. Neon-colored bags. One of the most subtle yet common mistakes in handbag choices for mature women is holding on to or accidentally buying those flashy neon-colored bags. Fluorescent green, blazing orange, neon pink, or bright lemon yellow. These colors once evoked feelings of youthfulness, vibrancy, even playfulness. But against the backdrop of the seasoned beauty and profound aura that women over 50 possess, they easily create a sense of discordance. Neon doesn't just attract the eye, it almost takes over the entire scene. No matter how simple the design, a neon-colored bag will become the focal point, overshadowing the entire outfit and the gentle demeanor you strive to cultivate. Instead of highlighting your inner beauty, it causes others to focus solely on the color, a visual message that's too loud but lacks depth. Elegance doesn't have to shout. It's not about the brightness of the color, but the harmony between tone and presence. Elegant women understand that color is a silent language. A warm beige, charcoal gray, navy blue, earthy brown, or matte black bag is a quiet symphony of sophistication. It flatters the skin, enhances balance in the outfit, and most importantly, it never goes out of style. There is nothing wrong with loving vibrant colors, but colors, as with fashion, need to be carefully chosen to fit the stage of life and personal identity. If you still have a neon bag from your lively years, perhaps it's time to tuck it away as a fond memory and move forward with hues that reflect the peace, stability, and elegance you live with today. Because women over 50 don't need to shine loudly, you already glow brightly in your own light. Type 13 bags with too many compartments and zippers. You might have thought that the more compartments and zippers a bag has, the more convenient it is, especially when you need to carry everything: reading glasses, lip balm, wallet, medication, tissues. But sometimes this multifunctionality backfires, especially for the elegant style after age 50. Bags with too many compartments and zippers not only cause internal clutter, but also make the overall bag look bulky and lacking in sophistication. Zippers running horizontally and vertically, multiple external pockets jutting out in every direction. All of these take away the sleekness that an accessory should have, which is to enhance your silhouette rather than distract. A complicated bag unintentionally gives the impression that you are carrying the weight of the world instead of being light, clear, and intentional. A sophisticated woman over 50 understands that the key is not to carry everything, but to select what is necessary. The same applies to handbags. A bag with a simple structure, good quality material, the right size, and just one or two main compartments enough to organize your belongings neatly without clutter is a symbol of your clarity and dignity. Elegance doesn't mean extreme minimalism, but reasonable simplification. When the bag you carry no longer makes you waste time digging for your phone or rummaging for keys. When it becomes a helpful companion rather than a burden, that's when you know you've made the right choice. And people will notice not the bag itself, but your graceful walk, your calm gaze, and the composed presence radiating from you. 13 types of bags elegant women should avoid. Type 1 fake bags. Nothing breaks elegance faster than a fake bag. No matter how sophisticated the exterior looks, no matter how convincing the logo that makes others do a double take, there is one thing that cannot be hidden: the feeling of inauthenticity. A counterfeit bag, whether called inspired, replica, or any fancy name, is still an imitation, and imitation has never equaled class. Many women get drawn into the temptation of fake bags because they are affordable, because they want to have a luxurious appearance, or simply because they want to keep up with trends without spending much. But after 50, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need a logo to define your value. What you need is harmony between the item you carry and the person you've become: deep, experienced, and confident in who you are. Ironically, fake bags often end up ruining an otherwise carefully curated look. Misaligned stitches, cheap plastic faux leather, the harsh chemical smell, or crooked logos. These are all off-key details that others easily notice. And once they do, all the elegance you carry seems to vanish. Worse, a fake bag doesn't just cost you aesthetically, it also damages your inner image. It sends the wrong message: I'm not confident enough to be myself. But an elegant woman doesn't need to copy anyone. She chooses a soft, nameless leather bag, a structured canvas tote, or a simple handcrafted design because she knows true beauty comes from honesty, simplicity, and integrity. So if you still keep a fake bag in your closet, don't cling to it. Replace it with a genuine bag, not for the monetary value, but because it deserves you, a woman who has learned never to fake anything in life. Type 2. Bags with oversized logos. There is a subtle yet powerful message in how a woman chooses the bag that accompanies her every day. It's not just about color or style, it's about the message it sends. And nothing sends a clearer wrong message than a bag with an oversized logo, where the brand name becomes the only thing others notice. There was a time when big logos symbolized status, but after 50, elegance is no longer about showing off, but about calmness, self-awareness, and selectiveness. A bag flooded with brand names and embossed letters all over not only steals the spotlight, but also overshadows your own presence. Instead of seeing your poise and experienced beauty, people see only letters, as if you need a brand to speak for you. A sophisticated woman understands that it's not the name on the bag that makes her memorable. It's her aura, calmness, and deliberate taste that leave a mark. When a bag speaks too loudly, you get drowned out. When it's too much, you seem like you're trying too hard, rather than simply expressing yourself, and that effort can backfire. Imagine a smooth leather bag with a simple design, no logo, or just a discreet small emblem, silent but full of character. That bag doesn't need to shout. You make it shine, because you don't need to scream the brand name to get noticed. You already stand out through the quiet strength of maturity. So if your bag is speaking louder than you are, it's time to change. Because elegance isn't in the golden letters, it lies in the confidence of a woman who dares to choose minimalism to shine deeply and sustainably. Type 3. Bags that are not proportional to your body shape. When we think of elegance, we often focus on clothing, hairstyles, or colors, but few realize that the proportion of a handbag can shape a woman's entire presence. A bag that is too large or too small, when not in harmony with your figure, not only disrupts the overall balance, but also diminishes the natural sophistication you possess. Let's start with oversized bags, the kind big enough to carry your whole day's essentials planner, scarf, large wallet, even a spare pair of shoes. Convenient? Yes. But elegant? Not necessarily, especially for women with petite or average builds. An oversized bag can give the impression that you are being carried rather than confidently walking. A bag that's too big steals attention away from your face, wrists, or wastes the areas that most clearly express your mature grace and personality. On the other hand, mini bags, while fashionable and cute, often do not fit well with the daily rhythms of women over 50. They don't have enough space for essentials, making you fumble and search around. Nothing detracts from charm faster than a woman awkwardly rummaging through her bag in a crowd. So, what's the solution? Choose bags of moderate size, with clear structure, not so soft that they lose their shape, nor so rigid that they feel bulky. The bag should gently follow the curves of your body, not hinder movement, and feel proportionate to your stature, whether you are tall, full-figured, or petite. Because after all, a bag is not just a container for your belongings, it is an extension of yourself. And when the proportions are harmonious, your posture will be confident, your steps lighter, and your presence true elegance, unassuming yet utterly captivating. Type 4. Old, worn-out bags. We all have a bag that has accompanied us over the years, a faithful companion through many trips, meetings, everyday memories, and special occasions. But perhaps there comes a time when we need to pause and ask ourselves, is this bag still honoring my beauty? Or is it quietly overshadowing the elegance I possess? A bag, no matter how much sentimental value it holds, if it has worn corners, cracked leather, peeling handles, or a torn lining inside it, is no longer a symbol of polished taste. On the contrary, it sends a message of neglect and carelessness, no matter how refined the woman's outfit may be. Because elegance is not about how many expensive items you own, but how you care for each piece you choose to carry. It's not just about appearances. A damaged bag often causes discomfort in loose straps, stuck zippers, or a bag that no longer holds its shape, causing everything inside to spill out in disarray. All these things not only affect your outward image, but also reduce your confidence and comfort in every step you take. If you still keep old bags for sentimental reasons, let them have a proper place in your memories, not hanging on your shoulder every day. If you want to continue using them, consider restoring them. Replace zippers, condition the leather, or reline the interior. However, if they have reached the end of their life, let them go gracefully, just as you once cherished them when you first bought them. Because a woman over 50 does not need a huge collection of bags, she needs a few that are truly beautiful, clean, intact, and refined. A new bag, even a simple one, but in perfect condition, will always help you appear polished, strong, and proud. Because elegant appearances start from the smallest details, and a handbag is one of those. Type 5. Overly decorative bags. There are bags that sparkle and catch the eye with an array of embellishments, chains, bows, oversized logos, beads, glitter, hand embroidery, animal-shaped charms, or silk scarves tied to the handles. They are displayed in dazzling shops, easily tempting us to stop and admire. But the important question is, do they truly align with the inner beauty and calm charisma of a refined woman over 50? When a bag is overly decorated, it tends to become the center of attention, but not in a positive way. Instead of complementing the overall outfit, it steals the spotlight, overshadowing the natural beauty, presence, and subtlety of the woman. Such excessive details can make the bag resemble more of a toy or a decorative trinket rather than a sophisticated fashion accessory. More importantly, most of these embellishments don't endure over time. They easily scratch, peel, tangle, or lose their aesthetic appeal after just a few uses. A bag with missing beads, broken charms, or faded straps can ruin the polished image you carefully prepared. From outfit to hairstyle, women over 50 don't need flashy items. They need choices that create harmony, balance, and highlight the style honed over the years. Minimalism in design is not boring. On the contrary, It expresses maturity, elegance, and wisdom. A bag with a clear shape, beautiful material, gentle colors, and subtle accents like a shiny metal button or a prominent leather trim will always create a refined effect that is both understated and profound. Remember, elegant style does not come from showiness, but from intelligent restraint, and the bag you choose should be a true reflection of that style: calm, sophisticated, and confident. Type 6. Sporty backpacks. No one can deny the convenience of sporty backpacks. They are spacious, lightweight, comfortable to wear on the shoulders, and can hold everything from wallets, phones, water bottles, to jackets and even lunchboxes. During walks, picnics, or gym visits, they are indispensable companions. But the important question to ask is, does a sporty backpack fit the elegant image a woman over 50 wants to preserve and express every day? Unfortunately, the answer is often no. Sporty backpacks with shiny nylon material, large zippers, big logos, or bright colors usually give off a dynamic, casual, sometimes slightly rebellious vibe. When paired with a polished office outfit, a refined shift dress, or a soft wool coat, the stylistic mismatch becomes obvious. The backpack suddenly becomes a discordant detail, breaking the carefully coordinated ensemble. A mature woman doesn't need to choose between convenience and elegance today. There are many intelligently designed bags that harmonize both: minimalist soft leather crossbody bags, structured tote bags with organized compartments, or sleek backpacks with refined cuts. Matte textures and neutral colors are ideal choices for an active life that still maintains graceful poise. Elegance doesn't mean inconvenience, and convenience doesn't mean sacrificing your image. That's a lesson women over 50 understand better than anyone. Every accessory you wear tells a story, and let that story always be about confidence, refinement, and strength cultivated over the years. So, if you are still wearing a sporty backpack every day, maybe it's time to replace it with a gentler, more sophisticated, and truer to you option. Type 7. Shiny bags, made from cheap plastic. There is a small detail that quietly undermines the elegant appearance of a woman that is a shiny bag made from cheap plastic material. You may dress neatly, have a lightly made-up face, and carry yourself with dignity. But just carrying a bag coated in rigid, shiny plastic can instantly throw off the whole look. Because that bag, instead of enhancing your calm and sophisticated beauty, gives off a cheap, temporary, and careless vibe. Shiny plastic bags often reflect light, excessively creating an unnecessary, flashy effect. Some types of plastic even produce a rustling noise with every hand movement, attracting attention not for elegance but for discomfort and lack of aesthetics. For mature women, what we want is not to grab attention with harsh looks, but to leave a gentle impression of style and experience. Moreover, cheap plastic materials tend to deteriorate very quickly, easily scratched, faded, cracked, or misshapen after just a few uses. And as you know, elegance never walks hand in hand with sloppiness. A bag should be a harmonious extension of the image you create, not a disruptive detail that makes the overall look messy and incoherent. The solution is not about a high price tag, but about intentionally selected materials. Bags made from soft leather, smooth suede, sturdy canvas, or lightly textured synthetics always convey much more sophistication. They are not only durable over time, but also reflect an investment in aesthetics and self-respect, something a woman over 50 understands better than anyone else. Because you don't need a shiny bag to shine, you are that light, gentle yet enduring. Type 9 bags without structure. There are some bags that look incredibly soft and inviting when placed on a shelf: lightweight silk fabric, naturally draping shapes, seemingly evoking comfort and freedom. But it is precisely this lack of structure, this absence of form, that quietly undermines the steadfast beauty and aura of a woman who has journeyed through many seasons of life. When a bag can't stand on its own, it also fails to support your image the way you deserve. A slouchy, wrinkled bag that sags with every movement not only makes the overall outfit appear messy, but also affects your posture and gait, especially when you've chosen a well-tailored outfit. Place an unstructured bag next to a carefully tailored blazer, and the contrast is striking. The blazer elevates, while the bag drags down. A soft bag may evoke a sense of freedom, but without refined materials and craftsmanship, it can make you look uncontrolled and somewhat careless. Elegance is not about stiffness or rigidity, but it does require the presence of gentle discipline, and a structured bag embodies that. Bags with clear shapes like boxy satchels, sturdy totes, or classic satchels not only help you keep your belongings organized, but also create a solid foundation for your personal image. Sharp lines, just enough angles, and materials that hold their shape all combine to make an accessory that symbolizes stability and serene confidence. At this stage of life, we no longer need a bag that merely follows us. We need a bag that accompanies us steady, balanced, and reflecting the spirit we have carefully cultivated, beautiful but understated, soft but strong, and above all, well-formed, just like you. Type 10. Seasonal or festive bags. There are bags that make us smile at first glance. A red clutch adorned with sparkling snowflakes for Christmas night, a cute little pumpkin-shaped bag for Halloween, or a vibrant heart-printed fabric bag for Valentine's Day. They are cheerful, charming, and at a glance seem very playful. But for a woman who has entered a phase of deep elegance, these seasonal bags rarely enhance the lasting beauty you cherish. Seasonal or festive bags often carry a sense of temporariness. They belong to a moment, not to a lasting image. When you carry a bag covered in festive motifs outside of the occasion, you're no longer the one leading your style, but rather the one bound by it. It's like wearing a Christmas sweater in the middle of summer fun for a moment, but never truly elegant. A woman over 50, having experienced many fleeting trends, understands that the most beautiful things are those that endure. Instead of choosing a bag that is heavily marked by a season, invest in neutral, versatile designs like leather bags in beige, navy, or burgundy that can be paired with various outfits, from office to casual, from spring to winter. If you still want a touch of playfulness, express it through small details, a silk scarf tied to the handle, an elegant metal charm, or unique stitching. But your everyday companion bag should tell a longer, deeper story, not confined to the limits of a single occasion. Because true style doesn't need a holiday to shine. It shines every time you appear, with balance, wisdom, and timeless beauty. You may not realize it, but every bag you carry tells a story not about the brand, not about trends, but about yourself, about how you cherish yourself, about the care you give to the smallest details. And today, as you have just gone through with me, the 13 types of bags that a sophisticated woman over 50 should avoid, I hope you have realized elegance doesn't come from how much money you spend, but from deliberate and informed choices. We are no longer at an age where we need to prove anything through logos, flashy colors, or oversized bags. We have lived through noisy springs, busy trips, and now we choose calmness, subtlety, and comfort for ourselves, letting go of old bags, refusing overly complicated designs, or saying no to fanny packs is not a rejection of fashion, but an act of self-love that comes from balance, simplicity, and every detail reflecting the person you are today, poised, calm, and full of strength. If you are smiling now, or quietly thinking about the bag hidden deep in your wardrobe, perhaps this is the moment for change. To choose a bag that is not only beautiful, but also right, so you can step outside without showing off. Yet everyone can see here is a woman who knows exactly who she is. If this video has helped you see a part of yourself again, or made you feel accompanied, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, so that every week we can sit together again like friends choosing to live beautifully in the most subtle and authentic way. Because you deserve elegance that is not flashy, but full of grace.